innovation, and invention, two integral parts of the complex Homo sapiens mind that have allowed our species to alleviate the burden of work, drastically improve the quality of life, solve highly complicated problems, and helped us become the most dominant species on the planet. Yet in our aspiration to walk along the cutting edge of technology, it seems that our innermost desires might have pushed us beyond our own understanding. For what we have found in the depths of the merging of flesh and machine was an unrelenting madness, unstable and volatile, ready to unleash its fury at the tiniest flicker of a spark. The word impossible has become obsolete. We now exist in a time where modification, replacements, and augmentation of our bodies has become as much a part of our everyday as both drinking and eating. It has elevated human biology to such a point where a redefining of the term Homo sapiens might soon be necessary. Neuralware allows for chipping of the brain, expanding the capabilities of the mind. The central nervous system can be refitted with cyberware to immensely improve reaction time and coordination. Parts of the brain can be tailored and modified to increase the mental capacity for tremendous workloads far beyond the boundaries of nature. Limbs, bones, and skin can be replaced with steel or titanium, allowing for a frame that doesn't weaken with age. Organic lungs can be exchanged for synthetic counterparts, vastly increasing oxygen consumption. Blood can be substituted with synthetic fluid to accommodate and enhance existing augmentations, while eyes can be surgically enhanced, giving the wearer sharper sight, broader field of view, or even the ability to detect heat sources or the capability of seeing in the dark. And all of that is merely scratching the surface of possibilities. The ability to either enhance already existing organs, repair damage done to the human body, or even replace lost limbs, joints, or organs has allowed people to not only express their vanity through extreme body modification, but also to detach themselves from reality to such a degree that some feel more at home in their own bodies the closer and closer they become to machine. What starts out as a simple procedure for most may be a change to improve their way of life or make them able to live a normal life in the first place, can for some people turn into a fierce addiction. Here, the urge and desire to constantly replace and improve upon themselves becomes the single and only driving factor in their lives. Others might see themselves forced into the world of cyberware and augmentation through debilitating mental conditions, a declining physical health, or in the event of a limb replacement through emergency surgery. Yet the body and brain are complex organisms, and introducing foreign objects to either one will inevitably create complications. The body's rejection of the augmentation. In some cases, the rejection can lead to continuous buildup of scar tissue around the implant, which doesn't only cause pain, but also inflammation and interference with the implant's electrical circuits. This rejection will not only show itself through physical scarring, but also mentally, where dehumanization will set in within the subject's mind. Empathy will fade, and a lack of desire for social interactions will root itself within the subject in the form of severe apathy. They will then isolate themselves from the rest of the world before slowly spiraling into a state of catatonic depression, where hallucinations and degenerative behaviors such as gambling or substance abuse will highly increase. This state of chronic depression and anxiety has been diagnosed and given the name cyberpsychosis, a technologically induced personality disorder. While the full cause of cyberpsychosis is still not understood completely, it is believed by most that the degree to which a person experiences cyberpsychosis is drastically influenced by the amount of augmentation or implants that has been imposed upon their body and mind. Some people possess high tolerance for cyberware, allowing them to handle inhuman amounts of cybernetics within their bodies. Others see their mind crumble from just a small amount of augmentation, completely rejected by either body or mind. The descent into cyberpsychosis is gradual, beginning in the decay of self-preservation, disregard for friends or family, and is further expressed through acts or outbursts of rash or impulsive nature. Interaction with other humans become a nuisance, and basic needs such as eating, sleeping, socializing, or intimacy becomes but distant urges of the past. Nightmares set in, and voices begin crowding their heads. The cyberpsychosis will manifest itself as fragmented personalities within the subject, some of them being kleptomaniacs, others compulsive liars, and some obsessively violent. In extreme cases, cyberpsychosis will lead to the loss of identity within the subject, further amplifying already existing traits of psychopathy. The radical change in personality will see them develop superiority complexes that perceive others among them to be weak or inferior. With cyberpsychosis becoming an increasing problem in major cities since the early 2000s, corporations, government, and law enforcement agencies have been well known to keep tabs on citizens installing severe magnitudes of cyberware within their bodies. If at any point any indication should be given to these public entities that a citizen is beginning to exhibit symptoms of cyberpsychosis, the citizen will immediately be registered within a database and forced to undergo periodic sessions of therapy, a sort of parole for the subject. This might be but one reason for citizens to hire an illegal ripper dog to install the augmentation or implant to keep well out of the government database. Any subject undergoing therapy for cyberpsychosis will be fitted with implants to monitor their activity and behavior, while their own personal cybernetics will be scaled back and removed to ensure the safety of the people around them. Treated with a controversial drug by the name of Valperidol, hand in hand with the downscaling of hardware and software within their body, the subjects are then consulted by a cyberpsychologist through a custom brain dance, in which the therapist will attempt to piece back together their fragmented personality. In some cases, massive strides have been made in terms of recovery, though the subject is likely to have suffered massive mental damage from their episode, never being able to truly return to their former self. However, by 2077, despite the radical advancement in technology and treatment, and while the majority of cases of cyberpsychosis suffer either moderately or in silence, most of them do not possess enough cyberware to go completely mental and cause severe enough damage to the public. Yet, a small minority possess such immense hardware and of such high grade that their minds are warped and twisted to such degree that there is never any chance of recovery. Once turned unhinged, these individuals would prove to be of the utmost danger to society, bound to become the most extreme cases of cyberpsychosis, armed with overwhelming firepower, protected through synthetic skin or plated armor, while lacking any shred of concern for the safety of the public, and driven by the utmost of relentless volatility. These individuals present a threat so great that extreme measures must be taken to deal with them. For this tiny minority of people who go overboard and become a threat to the safety of the public, the police's approach has been made abundantly clear. Trying to capture a cyberpsycho alive only puts the safety of the citizens in jeopardy. Therefore, At the confirmation of a cyberpsychotic episode, any policy to capture or arrest the subject is immediately abandoned. The regular police force evacuates the area, and only one solution remains. MaxTag. These cutting-edge Sea-SWAT police officers are the last resort against the cyberpsychotic, tasked with one goal and one goal only. They are bound to dispatch the justice of the people through one methodology: eliminate the subject at all costs. Equipped with the utmost sophisticated hardware and software, MaxTag are more than capable, possessing both the weapons and the equipment to contain and eradicate any threat to the public. It is estimated that as many as 90% of all encounters between MaxTag and subjects with cyberpsychosis ends with the subject killed on sight. However, it is rumored that from the remaining 10% that survive, some are recruited into the very ranks of MaxTag themselves. With cyberware, augmentations, and implants continuing to increase in availability, and with personal modification dominating the urban scenes around the world, it is unlikely that we will ever see an end to the horrors of cyberpsychosis. The merging of soul and machine is but bound to crumble even the strongest of individuals, a downfall that will leave them broken, fragmented, and in the end, when driven by madness and forced to carry out their darkest and most violent urges against their will, they will finally reach the end of the road at the hands of MaxTag. Hey there, Hazmat here. That was but one of several entries I plan to do on the lore of Cyberpunk 2077, and if you enjoyed this one and want to see more, make sure to let me know with either a like or a comment below. As always, a big thanks goes out to the Hunters Lounge, specifically the exclusive Geechee Boy, the exclusive Johnny Sevens, the VIPs, Corvo Bearslayer, Derivative, Doc Powell, Gino Lucero, Goose, Hambone, Jiminel Bob, Corey Peterson, Michael Thornhill, Mortif Menace, Ryan, Slip, Stas Piestic, Sunrise Phoenix, TJ Crane, Texas Toast, and the Wizard of Copper. And of course, all the regulars. The Hunters Lounge does not only support me directly as a content creator, they also help me decide on future content, and you can join it on Patreon or here on YouTube for as little as $1 a month. Link is in the description below. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.